Hi, this is Conrad Zimmerman of FistShark Marketing. Did you know that right now, millions of children around the world are starving? And for just pennies a day, you can instead support a group of idiots making tasteless jokes at the expense of innocent celebrities. Just visit patreon.com/fistshark or click the big Patreon button at fistshark.com for more details. And thanks for listening.
Got a bit of a thorny issue here. This is a unique case. I don't think we've ever had something like this before, because normally when one of our clients is receiving hate mail and displeasure from the audience at large, we know what's causing it. Kevin Sorbo, for instance, I mean, he's Kevin Sorbo. It's obvious that he's going to get harassment and death threats.
Right. But when we get those letters about Val Kilmer assaulted my child at the local shopping mall, that's to be expected because Val Kilmer does that.
Yes. Dear Dean Cain, please stop eating out of our trash can. People don't want their trash can eaten out of. That said, I'm sympathetic to Dean. I mean, if they've thrown it out, it should legally be his property. But he's not the trash king of Boston, I've told him this. Anyway, point is, this particular issue is challenging because I see no root cause for it. There is an organisation they're fairly recent. They sort of emerged this past year. I even struggle to call them boating enthusiasts. I mean, their interests are very niche, but very innocuous. They're the North American Makeshift Boat Likers Association.
That's a mouthful.
Makeshift boats?
Yes, I don't know if you've heard of these guys.
It's really specific.
Highly specialized. Not professional. They're not into yachts. They're not into battleships or cruise liners. They like things that aren't necessarily boats, but flotation devices. Rafts, things that are lashed together with twine and wood. If it floats and it's not a boat, then it floats their boat. That's their tagline. And again, even narrowing this down, they don't love these things. This is the North American Makeshift Boat Likers Association. They're fond of these makeshift boats. They don't love them. They're not overly excited about them. I attended one of their meetings just to see if I could get a sense of it, and it generally is, Hornsmith Peacewoggle, their president, he got up, had a slideshow just showing various rafts and upturned plastic drums that people are floating in. And the audience were just sort of nodding, kind of, drinking coffee and kind of talking amongst themselves and acknowledging that, that's a pretty good makeshift boat. Could do better.
Right. They were appreciating makeshift boats.
Yeah.
Not overwhelmed, there wasn't a lot of passion in the room.
So I don't know what it is, but they've been getting a lot of death threats from concerned families.
Death threats?
And that's really strange. For something so innocuous.
That's it. I mean, I don't know what it is about the reserved enjoyment of makeshift boats that makes people upset. So I've been working with Peacewoggle to try and work out exactly what it is that concerned single parents don't like about NAMBLA.
It's parents, specifically?
They're universally despised, but a lot of them talk about how they have young kids and would have them absolutely nowhere near their organisation.
It's really strange.
They're a very family-friendly unit. There's no swearing at the meetings, even. They say bring your kids. Peacewoggle himself said that he started appreciating various jury-rigged seacraft at the age of 10, and he wants to spread that joy to other youngsters who themselves, they might stumble across some logs and some string and make their own boats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like them and say that they've done a relatively decent job.
Yeah, well, I was at the wharf last weekend at the Charles River, and they had their big NAMBLA Kitty Day. But there were no kids.
Yeah, no kids. So weird. Come on, we're gonna, get your kids in some makeshift boats. Warning, your children may get wet. But it's fun, they have a sort of shallow pool that they bring for the kids so that there's no actual risk. It's just, warning, we may get your kids moist.
Well, I mean, there's no harm in that.
No, I mean,
so long as you're warned ahead of time, and then they put flyers through everyone's doors, which again sparked a national outrage. The Boston Herald in particular had a front page, ban this sick filth. I asked Peace Woggle if any of them have tried to have sex with the makeshift boats, because of all the talk of deviance and perversion, and then he was aghast at the suggestion. They are relatively fond of these makeshift boats.
Right.
There are things they like more.
And it's not even a matter of, sexual attraction to the boats at all. I mean, that would be on a whole level beyond the sort of casual acknowledgement and appreciation for makeshift boats.
Yeah, the relative respect. I mean, I spoke to one of the members. He was wearing a Ramstein shirt. He said he likes Ramstein a lot better than he does makeshift boats.
Well, there you go.
I don't see the problem. It's just one of those sort of baffling situations where you look at something that is just totally harmless, but people have an instinctive revulsion to it.
Well, I mean, it's been frustrating for me because I've been going over and over with it in my head. I've been just retreading the same old ground. It's almost like telling a joke that has one punchline and it just repeats itself over and over and over and over again, with no evolution of the idea.
You feel like you're just sort of spinning your wheels. You're not actually making any progress whatsoever.
Yeah, just retreading the same ground in the hopes that this time you'll hit upon something, some sort of revelation, some sort of punchline. Some
explanation as to why the North American Makeshift Boat Likers Association is so reviled. No, I totally understand.
NAMPLA, as to why NAMPLA is not liked. I have not been subtle when it comes to questioning people in the North American Makeshift Boat Likers Association. I've been like a sledgehammer, just battering people over their head with the idea that they're not liked, and we don't know why.
And nobody can offer any better explanation whatsoever. There's no evidence that comes forward, no new information that brings to light this revulsion. It isn't like they have some sort of dark, seedy past with a former member or anything like that. Right? I mean, it's just a group of people who kind of like makeshift boats.
They just kind of like makeshift boats, Conrad.
Just makes no sense.
No sense at all.
I say we just drop it.
Yeah, I can't work out what it is. So we'll just drop it there, okay? We won't do that again. We won't go over this. And, move on. Move on to a different subject, different topic, and see what we can do with our next clients.
So we have a new product on the books, gentlemen, which is great news. The product just launched this week. As you both know, Kitty Fiddlers by Fun Lickers, the toy shop in downtown Boston. Fun Lickers Kitty Fiddlers. I mean, they are fantastic. They are mini violins for children to be able to play on.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, that's
a great idea.
Yeah, it's like a little training device. A lot of parents these days really want their kids to be, more musical and exposed to, those elements.
All the research shows that children who engage in music from a young age wind up better in math, better in science, and other related fields because of the way it makes you think differently. So the idea of putting a very, very small violin into the hands of a very, very young child, I think has an incredible potential for the educational toy market.
I wish that my kid had been around when Kitty Fiddlers were introduced to them. I feel that would have helped him mature quicker. If he had a Kitty Fiddler in his life.
Yeah, just there's something something about child development that I think a kitty fiddler is really primed to address. You know,
Absolutely. And the violin as well, you know, it's a beautiful instrument. It's one of my favorite. I mean, all string instruments are gorgeous, you know, and I had my 11-year-old son playing his skin flute for quite some time, and I watched him do it, and it was enjoyable. But I really feel that this is it's just such a more refined instrument, you know. It's just more grown up. More grown up to have your child play with a kiddie fiddler.
It really is a mature tool. It's a mature instrument, but for children of all ages.
Well,
you know, any child can experience the kiddie fiddler.
It has more range than the skin flute, frankly. I mean, there are more applications where a kiddie fiddler is going to bring delight and joy into a child's life for longer than just, you know, some sad, lonely skin flute will.
No, it's great. The product is launched this week. Numbers are a little on the low side, I must say, but you know, we're in our initial week. Yeah, I'm not sure. It could be the snow. Maybe the kids are outside playing, but not a lot of kids are picking up the kiddie fiddler. Nor the parents, but...
I'm surprised by that. I mean, you know, especially this year, we've got Guitar Hero coming back, and that was always so good at introducing children to the wider world of music. I would have imagined that this would have been flying off the shelves, this product. At least parents buying it for their children, even if the kids themselves are more interested in the video games, or whatever it is they do these days.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me that, you know, given the option... a parent's gonna bring a kiddie fiddler home to their child.
Well, yeah, you know, take the video games out of the child's room for a while and just say, look, I'm gonna put you in your bedroom with the kiddie fiddler, I'm gonna close the door, and I don't want to come back until I start hearing some noise.
Yeah, I mean, I think there might be an initial hesitation from parents.
You know, maybe they're intimidated. Maybe the violin was just thought to be too complex of an instrument for a child to just pick up, because, or maybe that's another thing. It's the noise itself, because, you know, as we know, that particular instrument can be just absolutely wretched to listen to, when not practiced at all. I mean, you
need, yeah.
Right. You introduce, an inexperienced child to a kiddie fiddler, and there could be all sorts of just terrible racket resonating through that house for days or weeks, even until they get used to it.
So much caterwauling and wailing.
Yeah.
I mean, let me look at their, official website. Hold on. I'm assuming it's kiddiefiddlers.com.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for some reason it wasn't taken already.
Weird. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Okay, well, maybe the marketing's the issue here. I see that they wanted to get an established musician to, promote this. But the thing is Gary Glitter is not a violinist. He's a glam rock pop star. And really not a relevant one to children. Really, I mean, he kind of, his last big call to fame was a minor comeback in the 90s that abruptly ended for some odd reason. So certainly I don't see children having any interest in Gary Glitter. I don't even think he's associated with them in any way.
Well, to be honest, he was all we could get, Jim. I mean, we tried. We reached out to a lot of artists, and we didn't even get return calls.
That is so strange. Why wouldn't artists want to be associated with kiddie fiddlers? I mean, this just gives them an opportunity to introduce music to children at an even younger age, that they're going to become music-buying consumers down the road. It's just baffling to me.
Maybe we just need to be more aggressive in the marketing. You know, maybe what we need to do is take this idea and say, hey, look, we've got this product called Kiddie Fiddlers. We're not going to stop talking about it. We are going to get so much mileage out of the concept of Kiddie Fiddlers. We're not going to let up until everybody gets it, okay? And even when everybody's got it, we'll just keep going and going and going with it. You know what I mean?
Right, just hammer it home, one blow after another. Kiddie fiddlers, kiddie fiddlers, kiddie fiddlers. Get it in everybody's faces and just never relent.
let's not even be clever about it. You know, this is one of those products that if it's not selling because, you know, we're being too subdued with it, we really should just blast it in front of everybody. Just fill their ears with it until they're sick of it.
Until they could not possibly tolerate any further mention of kitty fiddlers.
Yeah, so I think we've got that solved. So let's do that. That's our plan. And we'll move on and talk about something different, please.
Interesting news from one of our clients, actually. I'm very excited about it, personally. I thought it was not a bad idea to sort of jazz things up. But Office Depot, as you know, fine purveyors of office products in retail locations all across North America, they've decided that they want to rebrand.
Right.
They want to change their name.
Really?
Smart.
That's... Would you say? I mean, brand awareness being what it is, that's a ballsy move to suddenly change your entire name after building a recognized worldwide brand.
Well, yeah, it is, but they have sort of acknowledged that in this new internet economy and the millennials becoming major creative forces in the marketplace, they want to spice it up. You know, they want to sort of escape the image of the old, staid, uptight businessman in suit and tie, because that's, you know, offices are changing, and they want to change to reflect the times. So they've come up with a new name. We're testing it out, and the test hasn't been great. People don't seem to react as positively to pedophiles as we thought they would for a name. Office Depot, did very sort of clearly lay things out, but pedophiles...
Wait,
so let me... I'm just going to question, the company is called Pedophiles.
Yeah, pedophiles.
That is absolutely disgustingly brilliant.
I know, right? I mean, it just says everything. It's that whole new walking economy. Just walk in, get your files.
Is
Boom,
it
pedophiles.
Is it like an Italian name?
No, I don't think so. I think it's...
It sounds very European.
It does sound European. Now,
but I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's that kind of, you know, funky, trendy sort of Western Europe culture kind of...
I think it's Greek, actually. I think
Greek,
that might...
maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Greek is an evolving market. People are they love the whole Mediterranean thing. I can't eat it. I'm allergic to lamb, but people love Greek lifestyle. You know, the smashing of the plates, the running of the bulls, the Minotaur. People love it. It plays very well with the youth demographic. I can see pedophiles working, you know, bringing younger people in. Your iPod generation.
And that's, I thought so too. I thought it was perfect. But it seems that the response at testing has just been very, very cold to it.
Well, do you two realize that the name pedophiles is just way too long, right?
You think?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
Well, I mean...
Pedophiles.
I mean, it's less syllables than Office Depot. I mean, maybe people are just being traditionalists about this. I know people don't like change.
I mean, it could be one of those things where we change the wide brand name to pedophiles, but then in advertising and marketing, maybe we just shorten it to pedos?
Oh, like how, you know, McDonald's can be called like Mackie D's.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's just, I'm going to pop down to pedos and pick up some supplies.
You know what? I would love to... I would throw my money at pedos.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we didn't zing it up enough to sort of get that slang angle in, you know, because you do want something that's going to resonate with kids, you know, because they're going to be the next consumers. And I mean, I can't think of anything that says, hey kids, come on in better than pedophiles.
Yeah, I really think, you know what I think we really need to do is ignore the focus group on this one.
Yeah, I
think it's best because, you know, I often feel that an audience is going to backlash against something, but maybe the best thing to do in that situation is just force it through. Right?
Just charge forward and know that in the end you're right.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't really, their opinions didn't actually matter.
No.
Because our job is really to tell people what their opinions are, isn't it, when it all comes down to it?
Well, that's why we're in FistShark marketing. You know, we'll say, like even if people say they don't like what we're doing, we'll say, yeah, you do. You do and you will.
We don't take no for an answer here, Conrad, so we just need to push ahead and get it done with.
All right, then that's just the way forward. It's just going to be pedophiles all the way.
Yes, and I honestly feel like with all of the work we've done this morning, I've done a good job.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think we should all be patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah, I feel like I've produced work that I should be proud of, and that I do not feel was wrong in any way.
No, we have clearly acted in a professional, intelligent, capable, competent manner. And I think everyone's going to be really, really pleased with the work that we've accomplished today.
And if they don't, fuck it.
You know, and I just have to say, it's really fantastic to get to work in a place where we experience such a wide and diverse range of clients and challenges.
Well, I think that's why people are so attracted to our brand, is variety. The variety that we bring. We're not a one-note company here.
No, we do it all. We cover all the angles, we hit all of the bases. We have a very broad view. We're never too laser focused on any one thing.
No. And one thing I also like is just how highbrow we are. We don't take clients that are you wouldn't see us representing Carrot Top. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We cater to an intelligent demographic. We bring in a higher class of client, which is why I feel that we're not gutter trash like our competitors.
Oh no, certainly not. We would never stoop to just base humor to push an idea. You know, we like to elevate it up. We like to get people thinking. We like to have people sort of like, I never considered that aspect of life.
Absolutely.
That's who we are.
And when we have an idea that we like, we certainly don't crow about it and act like peacocks preening ourselves and auto-filleting ourselves over what we've done in a really smarmy and arrogant way.
No, we're completely down to earth about it. Maybe, you know, we mention it once to get the ball rolling, but then, I mean, that's it. There's no need to, like, wear out our welcome in that regard. You know, we just on to the next thing because we have so many ideas and they're always coming and there's always new challenges that need to be assaulted, that to stick around on any one thing for too long, it's just not us.
This may be an odd analogy to draw, but I like to feel that if, for the sake of argument, we were a podcast, right, we would just be a really funny podcast.
FistShark Marketing is Jim Sterling, Conrad Zimmerman, and Caitlin Cook. Theme music by Ben Rama. Additional music by Alazar Chan. Our editor is Nick Malone. Get more episodes and learn how to help support the show at FistShark.com. Follow us on Twitter at FistShark for more of our exploits. Complaints can be forwarded via email to fistsharkmarketing@aol.com. And remember, you can have too much. Just kidding. Goodbye.